everybody. Eric's grumpy today, so I'm going to be doing the video. Basically, today we're going to a concert. Our friend Mieko is going to be singing, and it's on the other side of town. We've decided that we're going to walk and kind of just take in our last weekend here in Kumagaya and share it with you on a video. Right now we're standing in the parking lot that is outside of our apartment building. What you can see behind me is our apartment building. The top floor, that's our place. You can see our cat curtains in the window. And over here you can see our bike area. Most Japanese places will have bike stands like this, where you ride your bike up and there's like a little area for your wheel to go into. And we're not a big fan of that, but that's what we have. And that's the barrage of bikes. Nobody wants to use the wheel thing, so it just ends up being a mess of bikes. So that's our bike thing. These are neighboring apartment buildings, and one of my favorite things to point out is this. It looks like a shed. I'm pretty sure it's just a shed. Like in America, we'd be like, people put their tools in there. A couple lives there with a dog in that little shed. It's probably twice the size, and it's quite tall, of what you would see a normal shed in America, but people live in there.
I mean, the inside is probably nice.
I want to see the inside. We used to have 2 other sheds here, but they tore them down and put up a parking lot.
That nobody uses.
Yeah, nobody uses it so far. I've seen one person illegally parked there, but that's about it. So we're going to continue walking and just shoot some footage as we find things along the way that we'd like to tell you about, and things we'd like to remember as well. So, all right, here we go. All right, we didn't make it very far. There's the shed. Here's the scooter that we borrow from the Swedes. Every weekend they go to Tochigi. Usually there's a big car parked here that we call plots. We may have mentioned plots, maybe you've seen plots, I don't remember. But this is Scoopy, and Scoopy is amazing. Don't mind these scratches. I laid down the scooter at a sushi restaurant. Oops. Oops.
Scoops.
Scoops. Basically, it's your normal scooter. Nothing really special about it. Other than here in Japan, you're not allowed to go over 30 kilometers if you're riding a scooter, or 30 kilometers per hour. It doesn't matter. If you're on a 50-kilometer road, you still should be going 30 kilometers per hour because of the vehicle that you're on.
Even though the speedometer goes to 60.
I've been to the reaches of 60. It's amazing. Really cool little guy. Fun. Not so fun to crash, but you know. Other things that I wanted to talk about. I'm just going to talk about everything that I see. Over here, we have this awesome man who he has like a botanical garden outside of his house, and now the sakuras are in bloom. You can see his are blooming. Also over at this house, I'm pretty sure they're sakuras. There's another tree that blooms during this time, and they look very similar, but we'll just hope those are sakuras. Another thing that you see on apartment buildings is the laundry. Japan is very much a hang your laundry outside. They don't have dryers, so this country is just, you're gonna wait for your laundry.
They do have dryers, just not in apartments and stuff.
People don't have them in their apartments. They do have coin laundry mats where you can go and wash and dry your clothes. I think we've used that since we've been here maybe 3 times.
And electricity is so expensive.
Yeah, it costs about 500 yen to wash your clothes for 50 minutes. And usually in the States... Does that include drying? That is drying. That's just drying.
Oh,
yeah.
You said washing. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, just to dry your stuff. So people hang their laundry outside. We do it too, and it takes a long time, but that's just how it is. It's free. It's an imposter. It is not a cherry blossom tree. These are not sakuras. Sorry about that. Another thing I want to show you is this amazingly small parking spot. We've watched these people park many times, and they are the masters of parking.
This one's not so small. They do get tighter.
Yeah, we have seen tighter.
This is pretty crazy, but if you look back here, it's a bit tight.
This one you can see how they get out of the car.
Yeah, sometimes we're like, I don't know how they're going to get out.
They've left space to get out on the driver's side.
They're geniuses.
Yeah. So, trash in Japan is really pretty easy for the most part. There's things I definitely don't understand because they're not written anywhere, and I don't know
Well, they
how
are.
you're supposed to dispose of this or how you're supposed to dispose of that.
It's all written right there.
It's not written there. Anyways, this is where we bring our trash. On Mondays and Thursdays, we bring out combustible trash, like anything that could be burned. And then on Wednesdays, using this very descriptive picture box thing, we find out what we're supposed to bring out for recycling on Wednesdays. We understand 3 out of 4 of the things for recycling. The other stuff, sometimes I just take it to school. And I put it in a box and I hope somebody else deals with it. I hope that Fujimi doesn't see this. So the walk today is about 2.5 to 3 kilometers. It's about 2.5 kilometers to the station in the middle of the city, and then about another ½ kilometer to the Planetarium where our friend's gonna be singing. So we're gonna make that walk. It takes about half an hour. We've walked about 1/4 kilometer so far and stopped again.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah, we've walked about 5 minutes outside of our neighborhood to our local store. This is Mommy Mart. It is the grocery store with the best soundtrack. I don't know how they do it, but every time I go in there, the music is so good. Many people think that Mommy Mart is really kind of a trashy place to shop. Really only old people and us shop there. It's an odd combination. And some days they just be completely out of bananas. No more bananas.
This is a disaster.
It's really strange. And I think that's kind of common in Japan, that they run out of produce or things for the day. Which in America, it's pretty rare that you see all the bananas being gone in a Walmart or something like that. So it's a bit strange. But this is Mommy Mart. We very much love it, and we're going to miss it when we move. Now that we've been chased away by the cars from the street and into the parking lot, we're at Lawson's. This is very close to our house. Mommy Mart's just across the street, and there it is. We're here at Lawson's. It's just like any other 7-Eleven, just your basic convenience store, but what's wonderful about convenience stores is I can come here to pay my bills. Each bill that you get will have a barcode on it, and the barcode can be read at any convenience store, Lawson's, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, anywhere, and you just bring it in, they swipe it, and you can pay your gas, your electric, your water bill, all here. I can pay my health insurance here.
Really?
Yeah, I can pay my health insurance here. Any bill that you get from anyone can pretty much be paid at a convenience store, which makes it quite convenient.
You can also buy like concert tickets, like even for like a small punk rock show or something. Like I can go in here and buy concert tickets for anywhere in Japan, I guess. I don't think it's like local only. So like we're, an hour and a half from Tokyo, and I can buy tickets for a small punk show in Tokyo at Lawson's on a vending machine thing. And you can buy bus tickets and what else? Like museum tickets and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like all on this machine. You just type in codes. And another thing that you can do is people here don't tend to use credit cards so much. So you can buy things on Amazon and it'll give you a code. And you come here and type the code into the machine and it'll print out a piece of paper. Take the piece of paper to the cashier and then you can pay for the item from Amazon with cash inside of Lawson's, which is kind of strange as well. And after it's paid for, then it triggers the person to mail it to them. Katie's about to get hit by a car.
Everywhere we go!
And oh, look at this! Like right behind the Lawson's, like this is like a temple or a shrine or a something. I don't know what it is.
Could be the emperor's house.
It could be the emperor. The emperor may live here. It's possible, but it's cool that these are just kind of speckled in the neighborhoods. This is the equivalent of like UPS or FedEx. It's Kuroneko, it's like Black Hat, and you see them all over the place. And they even deliver, today's Sunday afternoon, and they're delivering on Sunday afternoon. And sometimes you actually see them like on bicycles and stuff. Like there's a dude that's like, he rides past our apartment every day, like on this little trail behind our apartment, and he's like on a bicycle and he's pulling like a trailer. He's just like tugging this trailer along, and I'm always like, he looks like he's gonna die. He's like the entire time. So I don't know, that guy probably should look for a better job.
Japan is made up of very tight streets. A great example is this. This is a two-way road. There's not much room for two cars.
It's just a little back road neighborhood thing. But
the same you'll find right there, and also the road that we've been walking on. This is actually a one-way road, but there's no difference in the signs between this one and that one. It's just, that's the way that it is. So when you come to this road, There's some bushes here and a wall there. It's really hard to see, and the nose of your car is going to be way out here. You can look up in this mirror and see if cars are coming, much like this orange one. You should not go yet. Now you can go. So that's how you make turns in Japan. Use the mirrors. There are lots of canals all over Kumagaya. This is one of the much larger ones, and it actually looks quite romantic and nice and just flowy. Some of them, like the one that we live by, is not romantic and nice and flowy. It's filled with mosquitoes and we hate it. But that is what it is. We deal with it for the few months that the mosquitoes manage to bother us. Close to this area, we're still on this small road that we walk down to go to the station. There's a really nice-ish, gonna say ish?
I don't think it's nice, it's interesting.
The actual temple looks nice, but everything around it looks a bit filthy.
Yeah, so you have like this kind of cruddy looking playground equipment and these swings that look like they'll give you like tuberculosis if you sit on them. But you come around over here and it's kind of nice. Like the cities are just speckled with things like this, and it's just sort of like feels like you're in Japan. It's like a reminder, you know. It's hard to see this and be like, I'm not in Japan, because you certainly are. Katie's getting tuberculosis.
I'll survive.
Yeah.
What happens when you get tuberculosis?
I mean, nowadays, I think you just take Advil or something and it fixes it, but...
Advil.
Yeah, but like back in the day, it was like AIDS or something. So here's a couple of vending machines with just drinks and stuff, and some of them are cold drinks and some of them are hot drinks. This particular machine's quite cheap. Almost everything is everything. Everything's 100 yen. There's a couple 130 yen things, but this cider here is 90 yen. And next to this machine is a cigarette machine. So you can still buy cigarettes from vending machines, but it's got like a little thing that scans a card that you have to prove your age. But I mean, how hard is that to yank out of your dad's wallet if you want to buy cigarettes, right? What are you surprised about?
Japanese kids aren't doing that.
No, they're not.
They got 7-Up for 100 yen.
That's actually pretty cheap.
It's pretty cheap, and you don't see 7-Up. It's a more popular brand here in Japan than you would say like Dr. Pepper or something like that, but it's something you don't see everywhere, especially not in vending machines most of the time. Except for now, when it's 100 yen. We're in the central park of Kumagaya. Not Central Park like it's amazing or anything, but it's just centrally located next to the city hall. It's kind of a concrete, not jungle, it's just there's a lot of concrete in here. A big fountain.
It's not
that's
horrible.
Never on.
It's just a lot of walking paths and stuff. It's not
Yeah.
like a park like with big areas for kids to play like soccer or something.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a letdown in that matter, but usually like during the fall you'll see a lot of colors here because there are a lot of trees. And one of the good things about right now is we're actually have found some sakuras right here. Quite a pink one here and a white one here, but this is one of the first sightings of a true sakura explosion, which is nice. Welcome to Quality Town! Yeah! Our camera died, so now we're back to the old one. So maybe you'll see the quality difference in those two things. Have fun with that for people who like cameras and such. But right now we're standing outside of Kumagaya City Hall. Only a few things happen here that can't take place at a convenience store or the major immigration area. One of those is that I have to come here and pay my school lunches every month. They don't give me a bill, so I can't take it to a convenience store. I have to go to the Board of Education in this thing on the 6th floor and give them money. And they're always very nice, which is how it always is. Another thing that happens here is that my insurance is issued through this building and I paid them. I can take that to the convenience store, but they issue it here and you take care of your insurance in this building. We tried to decipher some of these banners that are on the outside of the building. The first one, we don't know. The second one, kanji, 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 don't know. The third one is saying that the Sakura Marathon is coming up, and it's very, very popular here in Kumagaya. Tons of people are going to come, tons of people are going to run. Pretty cool. The last one is actually stating that you need to get your taxes done before the 15th of this month, which has already passed. So for those who didn't remember, you're screwed. This is our local big post office. There's one closer to our house, but this one takes care of all of our packages, and also it has an ATM and a bank inside, and they're intertwined. So all of my millions are in this building. Yes.
Can you tell me about the hours? The hours of package sending and pickup.
Okay, I put my head down because I was thinking about the hours of something else.
Oh, the hours of the ATM?
All right, the hours that you can send a package here in Kumagaya, 24 hours a day. I can walk into this building and send a package whenever I want. 2 o'clock in the morning, I bought you some candy and now I want to send it, I can send it. But if I want to get money out to send said package, they're only open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
The ATM.
The ATM.
Yeah.
So
they give the robots vacation, but not the people who actually like work here.
yeah. So it's very strange. Basically, if you want to get money out, it can be a struggle. Maybe not a struggle is too strong a word. You just need to know the times that you can actually get the money out. The ATMs over by our house, they close on Saturdays and Sundays. So we have to come here to get our money. We can't do it close to our house. So we have to know the hours that this is open to get our money.
Let me reiterate this. The robots get a day off.
Parking space is very limited in Japan, so they've come up with a pretty ingenious solution. If we just vertically park all of the cars, the space could go on forever. So you can see this building here. This is a parking building that you can park in.
$150 a month.
This a month?
I think so.
Okay, so $150 a month. It's kind of close to the station. It's not that close. So basically what they do, they put your car in and they just rotate it in a circular motion.
It's on a big elevator.
Yeah, so it's just a giant like conveyor belt system that moves your car around. Yeah, girl. Kumagaya, probably one of the best things about it, it's got a lot of wonderful, wonderful statues with great tits. It looks like she's recently been involved in some sort of festival or some sort of worship ceremony, because there's gold all over her face, and they'll take gold leaf and put it on many things like during worship time or during a festival or something like that. So I think that she must be involved in something like that, but I could be wrong. We're standing right out by the Hoshikawa River, and as I said, the city of Kumagaya has a lot of canals, and this is one of the biggest canalways, and they call it a river. I'm not sure if it is a river, but it's quite beautiful. One of the cool things that we get to do during the summer is you can come and light lanterns and race them down the river from the far end to kind of where we are right now.
I'm not sure it's intended
fun.
as a race.
It's
kyde
really,
makes it a race.
It's really supposed to be like a
Peaceful
war memorial
and
type thing, and I just don't feel any connection with that, so I make it a race. Oops. We're getting much closer to the station, and with all medium to large stations in Japan, outside creates a culture I don't really know how to explain, but we've dubbed ours in Kumagaya Whore Town. Basically, this is just an area that caters to businessmen after hours for drinking and having women hang out with them and just agree with everything that they say, because their wives probably aren't going to do that. I don't know. At nighttime, this place is very glitzy, lots of glam, lots of things attracting you to look at them or not look at them. Lots of businessmen just drinking. We'll come through here on a Friday night at 6 o'clock and somebody's staggering down. 6 p.m. Someone is just staggering down the road trying to find the station. Good luck.
And like in any other country, you would be like, oh, there's prostitutes here, but it's not really that. Like, and there's not like girls like outside, like, come over here, boy, I want to get down. It's not like that. There's like a dude in a suit with a bad haircut, and he's like handing out flyers, like, come in and hang out with these girls. So it's kind of sleazy, but at the same time, it's not as...
Wait. My favorite part. Ta-da. This is the horror wall. One of our favorite things to do when new people come to Kumagaya is to ask them, who's their favorite. Maybe I'll figure out a way for us to do that on the internet. Don't know if I will, but I'd be interested to know, in a wide array, who's the best one on the wall.
Do you want to tell everybody your favorite?
No! They'll have to find out in a later video, I guess.
Is it? I think it's this one.
I'm not giving it away.
Can you do this look?
Which one, top or bottom?
Either one. Which one do you want to do?
I like bottom better.
Okay, get ready and tell me when. Ready?
Uh-huh.
No, you're not nearly stupid enough looking.
I tried. You know, it's hard to dumb this down. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so we come here and we ask people who's your favorite. We'll ask the drunken businessman in Japanese who's your favorite. And it's really funny. They're all just drunk and don't care. And so it's a fun part of town. We're at the Planetarium, which is also kind of a culture center. We've seen a few concerts here before, and our friend, her and her chorus sang here today, and many other groups sang. It was kind of like a variety show, and a lot of it was opera, which was very surprising. I didn't expect to come here and hear any opera. And afterwards, I got to talk to a professional opera singer, and she was super nice, and she invited me to Tokyo to see her show, which I think is really expensive, but I don't know. But yeah, that was really, really cool. Noriko, who is the lady that Eric teaches, she sometimes introduces us to people after this, and I never know what to say, but the lady was speaking in English, so that was kind of nice. Now all these kids are watching me do this. This is awkward. But it was a beautiful show. We have some footage we'll slide in here, and we're going to go down the road and look at some sakura trees.
Just like a block.
They're right there. Just there.
Where?
There.
There.
All right.
And
So
yeah,
we went down the street like a block, and then we realized that the Hanami Matsuri, the Sakura festival, is actually happening right now. Sometimes you just happen upon a festival in Japan. It just happens. And in the summer, it's like that happens every day almost, it feels. But I guess the summer is on its way, so we're happening upon a festival. And also a man on... all I can think is ukulele, and I know that's wrong.
It's definitely not a ukulele. Accordion.
Yeah. At this festival, you get your standard affair of food, games, and snacks. You can start off with a candy-covered strawberry, play some games where you catch a fish, and then eat a squid. That's what you do at festivals. People basically come here and put a huge mat on the ground with all of their friends and just eat and drink a lot. And we've seen some crazy stuff, like people brought a television and a generator, and fun people, and they brought a television, a generator, and a karaoke machine, and put it on the grass last year. And we just stared at them like, really? You are that committed to this festival?
You couldn't really hear the karaoke machine over the generator. Seemed a little...
But they were having fun. So
they were drunk. They were too drunk for it to matter.
We can't say they weren't having fun. But this is the festival here. Today it's not exciting. It's quite cold. The weather is a bit dreary, but it's not windy, which is amazing for Kumagaya during the winter. During the summer, it's blazing hot, and in the winter, it's windy every single day.
During the spring, it's windy.
I disagree with that. Anyways.
It's springtime.
Anyways.
There's flowers.
Anyway.
There's a lack of snow.
I can't dispute this right now. So that's the festival.
So the trees run like along this path quite a ways. Like you could walk for quite a while. It's got to be a couple of kilometers. And then over here there's a park, and then beyond that is a river. I think we might have covered this in a video about this last year. Do you think?
Yes, we did.
Oh, well, this is a rerun. So this yellow track that's running along the sidewalk, this runs like everywhere in Japan, basically. And it actually runs across here too, it's just not yellow. This is for blind people. And if I come down here and you can see, perhaps it's ridged. So this comes up and then down and then up and then down. And they can use their blind guy stick. What's that called?
Seeing eye stick?
The seeing eye stick? Seeing eye stick. The blind guy stick, and they can like tick, 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 tick. And then when they get to this area, it's a little different. This has got little bumps. And this tells them, you know, there's a crosswalk coming, so they know where to stop. And then there's bumps in the road, and then it goes back to the regular type of straight line stuff.
One time I was just standing in the middle of the street with my bike, like between my legs, talking to Emma about something, and then all of a sudden I start feeling these pushes on my bike, and I'm like, seriously, could you go around? Could you just go around?
Did you
and
say
I
that?
looked behind
Did
me.
you say that?
No, I didn't say it. I was thinking it. And I turned around and I noticed that I was sitting on the yellow lines and a blind person was hitting my bike with his seeing eye stick. So I felt pretty bad.
This is the inside of the Kumagaya train station, and inside of every train station sort of looks like this, any train station of a reasonable size. And they have like curry restaurant and Most Burger and Starbucks, and there's a 100 yen shop in here that we need to go to actually.
Yes, I have some purchases to make.
And the train station splits the city kind of in half, so things kind of like build out from the train station, and that's sort of how Japanese cities work for the most part. The train station is somewhat centralized, and then things sort of build up around them. And our side of the train station is the better side.
It's
the other
way better.
It's way better, yeah. The other side of the train station is kind of ghetto, and it smells kind of like...
Emma's house, around Emma's house, it smells like poop.
It does.
Oh, it's terrible.
There's a sewage problem.
Eric was grumpy earlier. I'm grumpy now. Anyways, we're here at the Kumagaya station. We're on the outside now. This is our side of the station. It's much, much more exciting. I need to apparently do a spin now. It's way more exciting. There's a lot more out there to do than at the other side of the station. The other side of the station just has a pachinko hall, and that's like it. Here you can see this gigantic rugby ball. Kumagaya is known as a very popular rugby area. We have a huge dome that is way, way out from here, about 30 minutes on a bike, that people go and they play rugby there. And we've gone and seen a game there. It was really awesome. Another thing you can see is this little duck out in the distance. His name is Kobaton, and he is like the state flag. He's Saitama's mascot, so Saitama Prefecture, which is kind of like the state that we live in. He is the mascot, and he is awesome.
And this is the outside of the station itself, so this big white thing here is where the trains go, I guess. No, the trains are at this level. You go up and then go back down. So they're on our level, but you have to go up to get into the station. And there's a Yoshinoya over here, which is like a fast food restaurant, serves gyudon. And there's a McDonald's and a Lawson's. And this is all the bicycle parking that is illegal.
Yes, it's illegal. And one of the best things on a windy day, which is now, on a windy day, you'll come here and all the bikes will have fallen down. It looks like we call it a bike massacre.
Yeah, but they'll leave, like, you'll get a ticket on your bicycle for parking it here, but they don't seem to do anything about it. They just put a little paper.
Ticket, you've had a ticket. I think the only reason they would take your bike away is if your bike stayed there for many days, and our bikes never stay there for more than one, so no problems.
And by ticket, I mean a piece of paper, not like a fine.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a piece of paper that has a date on it.
The ticket says, don't do this. Finished.
And this is another gyudon place that is a competitor of Yoshinoya, and it's looking pretty good right now.
Oh, look at Kobaton, he looks so good.
And this is a place that rents apartments, and apartment rental places always put, like, this is for businesses, but they'll always put, like, information on the windows so you can see, like, what they have available. And they're everywhere. Like, you see those, like, real estate places all the time. And this is a chain karaoke place, and it goes up there. And we've never been there.
We go to Shidax.
Shidax, please. And I guess that's it. So that's our town.
We're gonna go find the bus now.
It's getting cold, so we don't really want to walk home. So, bus.
Bus. I haven't jumped in a long time. I can't do it.
That was a terrible jump.
It was, but I was scared. I'm not a jumper. Not from those heights.
What about boats?
I jump off boats.